and welcome back again to Movie Reviews. Second movie of the night, and I saw Two Guns. I actually wanted to watch this one a couple weeks ago, because it actually came out before Elysium and the other movies I watched tonight, but just didn't have a chance to watch it until now, and Elysium was actually playing earlier than this one, so it got second billing tonight. So, Two Guns was the second movie. It was a pretty decent movie. I liked it better than Elysium. The story was a lot more fleshed out. I'm actually starting to get a lot more respect for Mark Wahlberg as an actor. I mean, I've always kind of liked his work, but his movies were kind of hit and miss. Like, obviously most of you have probably seen The Happening, so you know how weird his acting was in that. And then before that, I think the only other thing I really remember seeing him in was like Four Brothers, where he was trying to do a tougher role, and it was just weird. I think he's finally found his balance of badass comedian, because when he's trying to be all serious, he's over the top. When he's trying to be all funny, he's over the top. When he's trying to be dramatic, it's weird. But when he's got a good balance of comedic and action, it works out pretty well. For example, Pain and Gain, he was good in Pain and Gain. He was overshadowed by The Rock in that movie. But he kind of found that again in this. He's got a good blend of his comedic sense of humor with the action that's going on in the movie. So, like I said, yeah, I actually enjoyed this a lot better than Elysium. Again, it's another action film, but at the same time, the story was a lot better fleshed out. And again, it's a story that doesn't have much to it. They basically explain the story in the preview. The two guys go in and rob a bank, and then the one guy finds out the other guy is DEA, and then the DEA agent later finds out that Mark Wahlberg's is a naval officer. I was going to say Marine, but that's separate. He's a naval officer. So then they're trying to find out whose money it was that they robbed. Turns out it was the CIA's money. So there's just this whole back and forth about who's setting us up and why. And it basically comes down to the DEA. Actually, the DEA is not too much involved. It's like Denzel Washington's character, the female love interest character, the DEA director who at one point gets killed. Those are really the only three DEA members that get involved in the whole thing. So it's the DEA versus the naval officers, which is like Mark Wahlberg's character and like four other characters, and then later Admiral. But the Admiral's only there for like one particular scene. Other than that, it's the Mexican drug runners and the CIA. I don't want to say a task force, because it's like one main CIA guy and his two henchmen, which I don't know if that's the way the CIA is really represented, but this guy's just like, oh, you don't want to tell me where my money is? Bang, I just killed you. Okay, well, now we're not going to find out where the money is. No, but I can frame you for his murder, so now you can tell me where the money is. You know, that type of thing. And it's just, I didn't think the CIA is like that over the top, but you never know, they could be. I'm not in the CIA, I don't know. So basically, they're just trying to figure out who set them up and why. They finally, through a course of events, track down what happened, and they end up kind of like going against everybody. And kind of teaming up and being their own thing. It's never really explained how they get out of it all at the end. They have one big final shootout at the end where they just kill everyone, and then they just like walk off into the credits, and it's like, okay, well, this guy was framed for this murder, this guy was framed for this activity, everyone else is dead, so what happens to these two, and it's just never really explained. Although they do go back to another bank that the CIA is stashing money in at the end, so are they continuing to rob the banks? Or, You know, they were basically framed to look like dirty agents, but they were actually clean agents that I guess by the end of the movie now they're dirty agents because they're going to keep stealing the money. It's a little confusing at that point, but the lead up and everything, it was decent. I'm not going to go much more into it than that. Like I said, it's a pretty basic premise. It's worth watching, so definitely check it out. And again, I'm trying to save space on this tape. So as far as the star rating on this one, I was going to say 3.5 because, and like I said, it's a pretty basic action movie. Again, it's better than Elysium, so I was going to bump it up above Elysium. But I'm tempted to push it to a 4 just because it was entertaining. But let's just stick with the 3.5, but I'm going to say a high 3.5. It's very close to a 4. A little bit of tweaking and it definitely would have been a 4. Yeah, unfortunately I still like Olympus Has Fallen better than this, so yeah, and I gave Olympus Has Fallen a 4, which I think I later redacted down to a 3.5, so at this point we'll say it's on par at a 3.5. So that's pretty much my review of Two Guns. I got 2 more of these to do, hopefully, if I don't run out of tape. If I do run out of tape, I'll probably go back to the apartment and film from there, because I can just hook the camera straight into the computer at that point, which I'm really hoping I don't have to do because that'll break the whole matching scene background imagery of these reviews. So, yeah, that's it for Two Guns. I'll be back in a minute with the review of the next movie. So until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the movies.